Only one pair of cartel. Okay. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Virabhakadara Sarshi Simad, His Divine Grace, Srila Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Virabhakadara Sarshi Simad, Divine Grace, Srila Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Srila Gokishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Srila Thakur Bhakti Vinod Ki Jai. Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Guru Parampara Ki Jai. Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. Go Premananda Hari Hari Bo. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. All together, please. Om Jnana Timirandasya Ganandana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yukta Padakamalang Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvadutam Prijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padang Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vidamscha Hey Krishna Karana Sindhu Tina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapcha Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhana Sutadevi Pranamami Hari Priye Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vevacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, translation and commentary Srila Prabhupada, chapter 89, Krishna and Arjuna retrieve a Brahmana's sons, of the 10th canto. Today's verse is number 5. Please repeat. Taha, tataha, kailasham, agamat, sa, tam, devo, maheshwara, parirabdhum, samarebha, uthaya, brataram, mudha, tata kailasham agamat, satam deva maheshwaraha, parirabdhum samarebha, uthaya bharatasham mudha, brataram, tata kailasham agamat, satam deva maheshwaraha, parirabdhum samarebha, uthaya brataram mudha. Okay, go ahead. Okay, Vaishnavis. Agamat Satam Devo Maheshwara Sadakesa Agamat Maheshwara Paridhrabdhum Samarebha Uttaya Bharatam Muda. Okay, please repeat. Tata. Then Kailasham, to Mount Kailash. Agamat, went. Saha, he. Brigu, tam, him. Deva, Maha Ishwaraha, Lord Shiva. Parirabdhum, to embrace. Samarebha, attempted. Uttaya, standing up. Bharataram, his brother. Mudha, with pleasure. Translation, Srila Prabhupada. Brigu then went to Mount Kailash. There Lord Shiva stood up and happily came forward to embrace his brother. Please repeat. Brigu then went to Mount Kailash. There Lord Shiva stood up and happily came forward to embrace his brother. Purport Srila Prabhupada. In the Vedic civilization, it is considered very important to properly greet one's family members, especially when one has not seen them for a long time. A worthy son should show respect to his father. A younger brother should honor his older brother, and the older brother should show affection to his younger brother in turn. Yes. So, Mukam karochi vachalam pangam laitegarim yad kripa tamaham bande Sri Guru Dinatarinam. Tata kailasham agamat satam deva maheshwara parirabdhum samareba uttaya prataram mudha. Brigu then went to Mount Kailash. There Lord Shiva stood up and happily came forward to embrace his brother. So, this is a very famous story, of course. Goes back to the first verse. We'll review it. Sukadeva Goswami said, once, O king, as a group of sages were performing a Vedic sacrifice on the banks of the Saraswati, a controversy arose among them as to which of the three chief deities is supreme. So we know the three chief deities. The Gunavatars, they are maintaining the functions of the material world. So, Lord Brahma, creative, Lord Vishnu, the maintainer, and Lord Shiva, destruction. So this is particular to the material creation because there's no destruction in the spiritual realm. There is no creation. Everything is eternal in the spiritual realm. So this controversy is only in the material world. Actually, in the spiritual realm, the concept of who is the Supreme Lord is very much in the background. We know in Goloka, the residents of Vrindavan there, they're very much forgetful. Oh, this is son of Nanda Maharaj. He's our local hero. He's our darling. He's the darling of Mother Yashoda. The conception of who is the Supreme is not very concerning there. Maybe Krishna is some powerful demigod. Maybe has some power from his guru. That's why he's acting in this way. Maybe Sandipani Muni blessed him. All sorts of stories like that. But here the sages were assembled, and the sages, of course, are very technical in their knowledge, we can say. Who is the Supreme? It may not be the concern in the transcendental realm. Everyone is drowning in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the ocean of ecstasy. Who is the Supreme is hardly a concern. Everybody is Atmaram, fully self-satisfied. Everyone is situated in truth, enlightenment, ecstasy, free of matsarya, free of all these calculations, who's up, who's down, who's sideways. That consciousness is not there. That's in the limited sphere of illusion. So with the sages, we have to guide humanity. We have to have this matter sorted out. Now, also, this is very interesting that this chapter here comes after the previous chapter, prayers of the personified Vedas. So we know, we studied that for a long time, and that chapter is full of wonderful statements and glorifications of different aspects of the absolute truth. But here, in the following chapter, we're coming back to the final point. Who is that absolute truth? Who is Param Tattva? Who is the unassailable absolute source? Janmadhyasya. Who is that from whom everything has emanated, upon whom everything rests, by whom everything is designed and maintained? So, in the material world, that's very functional. Krishna explains, Janma kama tame divyam evam yo vati tatvataha. If you know my appearance in this world, which is implying I'm actually coming from a transcendental realm, and you understand my activities in this world, janma karma, in truth, tattvata, if you understand it correctly, scientifically, not guesswork or maybe, but actually correctly, then takva deham punarjanma naiti mam meti sorjana. Then what will you achieve? You will achieve my eternal realm. You will come to my realm. You are now in this material world, Arjuna, and everyone who's learning through Arjuna. We're in this world of creation, maintenance, destruction of the Trimurti. We're in this material energy where everything is in flux. And therefore we're feeling kunta, anxiety. We're not feeling at home. And we're enjoying our senses, but we're never feeling fulfilled. We're always desiring more. So what is that transcendental realm of which all the great saints and sages speak of? And how to attain it? This is the proposal of the Vedas, that give up focus on trying to control and enjoy the material sphere. Control, enjoy, and inquire into the absolute. And if you want to be inspired in that inquiry, understand that iti matva bhajanti mam buddha bhava samanvita, Krishna says. If you understand me in truth as the source of everything, then you will attain eternal life. Beyond these material bodies, beyond the flux of the material energy, beyond the coming and goings and the up and down and sideways and everything. You come to an eternal position, which is your real home. Jivera Swarupoi Nichera Krishna Das. How? If you understand the Param Tattva, the absolute truth. So therefore, Vedavyasa has put this chapter here. First, after the prayers of the personified Vedas, first point is, who is that ultimate deity in the material energy? Is it Lord Brahma? Is it Lord Vishnu? Is it Lord Maheshwara? So of course, you're all learned devotees, you know, right? And we know that Maheshwara and Brahma, they're expanded by the Shakti of Vishnu. And we know that Vishnu is expansion from Krishna. So we know that when Krishna says, Janma Kama Tame Divyam, he's talking about me. I am Param Purusha. So this is a very important point. Sometimes it may easily slip by. Prabhupada translated Param Purusha as Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that's exactly what he means. The absolute truth, the Supreme Person, has many aspects to his personality. But the Supreme Personality, the deepest manifestation of himself, is Brajanandan Krishna, the darling of Mother Yashoda, the darling of the residents of Vrindavan. That Krishna in the Ras Leela, Krishna with Mother Yashoda, Krishna on the bank of the Jamuna, that this is his highest aspect, the highest aspect of his personality. So that is the specific benediction of Lord Chaitanya and the Goswamis, that they're emphasizing the Supreme Person. And Vedavyas was not satisfied, having compiled all the Vedic literatures. Narada Muni came and he said, I'm feeling undone, I'm not satisfied. Yes, because Narada Muni said, you've not specifically glorified the activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You have given many elaborate yagyas and procedures and discussions, but you have not focused one book on just the Supreme Person. He's mentioned in passing. So now construct the Srimad Bhagavatam. This will give light to the people. So this Srimad Bhagavatam is the greatest Vedic literature, Amala Puran. Ahoitikiya Pratiyata, causeless bhakti, undivided to Krishna. This is the subject matter. And that is above all Kama Kanda, all Jnana Kanda, all Varnashram, all Vidimarg. Ultimately, Sanatan Dham means the religious system which deals with purely transcendental matters. And so we see that in the life of the Goswamis. They completely withdrew progressively, and they were chanting lakhs, writing literature non-stop, completely situated on transcendence and producing unlimited. And we see that with Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada, and our own Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada. We see that this empowered personality. So this is proof of the transcendental plane, because such personalities do not appear in the material world. We get political figures or mental speculators, but personalities that can compose the Vedas and commentate and spread Krishna consciousness worldwide, and still maintain perfect personality. That is a very rare soul. That is a transcendental soul. So the inquiry as to who is that supreme personality of the three, it's very interesting how they decide to inquire. They want to know which is the supreme of those three. Eager to resolve this question, the sages went to Lord Brahma's son Bhrigu. He's the younger son of Lord Shiva. To find the answer. First he went to his father's court. So in the purport, Prabhupada says, yes, to test, and also the next verse, to test how well Lord Brahma was situated in the mode of goodness, Bhrigu failed to bow down to him. So they wanted to understand. Bhrigu was testing who was the highest murti, not on the quality of like physical power, Shakti or something, but who is the most in the mode of goodness, who has the finest personality. So that's a very interesting point. Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, they were powerful through their austerity, but they were obnoxious personalities. They were ready to kill even their own children. So, ultimate test of spirituality is manifest in the personality. There's a famous incident in Atlanta. Prabhupada was having a darshan, and it was on a Sunday, and one guest asked Prabhupada after the kirtan, Prabhupada, how will we know who is your real disciple? So Prabhupada thought for a moment and he said, he'll be a perfect gentleman, right? He'll have a perfect personality. It's perfect. He'll be perfectly endowed with all good qualities. So this is something to remember. Yeah, Prabhupada didn't say he'll know lots of slokas. He wears silk and dhoti. No, he'll have a perfect personality. He'll be a perfect gentleman. Dhira, right? So that's the meaning of dhira, actually. You know, dhira, adhira. I once looked it up in there. Adhira means harsh. Adhira, materialistic, harsh person, where a dhira person, devotee is dhira, he's gentle. He's situated in mode of goodness. So this is how they were going to decide. So of course you know the story. They went to Lord Brahma, he went to Lord Brahma and he didn't give respect. Lord Brahma held back his anger, but he was angry. And then he went to Kailash to see his brother, Bhrigu, and Lord Shiva, a very warm personality, came forward, hello, how are you, my dear brother? And what did Bhrigu say? Oh, please, please, don't touch me, don't come, you know, you're even says here, you are a deviant heretic. Can you imagine saying that to Lord Shiva? Do not try. You will be in big trouble. This is Bhrigu, his brother. But then Mother Parvati saved the day. Durga Devi, she touched the feet of her husband, made him cool, and said, he's just a silly brother, don't worry about him. He's on some kind of mission to see who's the supreme. So therefore, we know he went to Lord Vishnu, and there Vishnu, it's not even nice to say what he said, but he like physically touched him disrespectfully. But Vishnu said, oh, we're so sorry, we didn't recognize you had come. Please come sit down. So this is the perfection of personality. Lord Vishnu, the spiritual people, paramoni macharanam satam, in this material world, people are troubled by matsarya, enviousness, kutanati, fault-finding, nastiness, friend and enemy, all this, dividing up, you're on my side, you're on his side, and then conflict arising. But we have to have a vision of the spiritual world where that is completely absent, which we take to be normal in the material world, friends and enemies. That mentality is completely absent in the spiritual world. So that is a point to contemplate. If we can contemplate the dealings of the transcendental residents, how they live in transcendental ecstasy, free of matsarya, envy and fault-findingness, but always with generosity and loving heart. If we can meditate and grasp that, then we are learning janma kama tame divyam evam yovati tatpata. We are learning how, and we are realizing Krishna. And that is our birthright, because Jivara Swarupo Nityara Krishna. We are meant, we are actually all underlying in that non-envious mentality. The material world, with its fault-finding and friends and enemies and nastiness and harshness, that is foreign. That is to be rejected. And that is how it is done. Focus on the transcendence. So after this section, then Lord Krishna again shows he is actually the Maheshwara, because he brings back the Brahmin sons. So after the Vedas, those prayers, the Supreme Lord is brought to emphasis and understanding, yes, this is the final point. If we realize the Supreme Lord, then we will realize our relationship with the Supreme Lord. That is one of the mistakes. I got one nice book, I found it. The Upper Sampradayas. This is done by Suhotra Swami on the basis of Bhakti Vinod Thakur and Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada's words. But the main point is that many of the basic deviants in the Gaudiya Sampradayas is they consider, I will meditate upon myself and realize myself and then realize Krishna. No, we realize ourselves in relationship with Krishna. But that's maybe a fine point, but it's very important to understand that. Realize Krishna and you realize everything in relationship to Krishna, including yourself. So, what are the main points of the Vedas? This is an important point. The prayers of the personified Vedas, Krishna is the final point. He is Parampurusha, the nature of the spiritual world, free of matsarya. What are the 10 primary points that we should be familiar with in order to transcend the material energy? Because the first point is to chant, then to learn some philosophy, and then to realize the Leela of Krishna. So it started, well, it's always been there, but Prameya Ratnavali of Baladev Vidyabhushan gives 9 primary points of the Vedas. But the Dasha Mula is 10 primary points. That includes the initial one. So these are mulas. Bhakti Vinod, we're republishing this book again. I'm re-editing it. Dasha Mula Tattva. So these are the 10 primary roots of the Vedic knowledge. Because we're coming to the end of Bhagavatam, prayers of the personified. What are the 10 primary points? And if we understand these, we become liberated from material illusion. Gyan Bhakti Gyan liberates us from material illusion. And from that position we can understand Leela, the purity of Leela. So, Dasha means 10. The first division is 1 and 9. Number 1 is Veda Pramana. The proof of the 9 points, the Mulas, is the Vedas. The Vedas are the proof. They are the proof because when you practice the Vedas, you see the truth of the Vedas. Just like if you get a smartphone and you get a manual, you see the truth of the manual in relationship to the smartphone. It helps you use the functions of the smartphone. So the Vedas are proof, and they are self-evidently the proof. Now Prabhupada, one morning walk, one disciple asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, when do the Vedas start? Prabhupada said, Veda means knowledge. Knowledge is always there. It is eternal. As soon as something is created, there is an instruction book to describe its usage and how to use it nicely. So that is the Vedas. The Veda is the knowledge on the material and spiritual world. Veda Pramana. So because it's dealing with transcendence, therefore we need transcendentally realized persons to give us the correct understanding of the Vedas. So the first mula is the Vedas, but the Vedas are understood by Veda, Acharya, and then local guru, your own guru. So those 3 things establish the Vedic knowledge. They're the proof. So we should study Srimad Bhagavatam under the direction of the great acharyas, and we should discuss and take guidance from our guru. And that will put us on the path. Now, so the next 9 points of the Vedas, the first 3 of those 9 deal with Param Tattva, that Supreme Person, with 3 aspects, 3 mulas in understanding. First one is Ishvara Parama, Hari Ishvara, Ha-Ri, actually said in the sloka. Ha, energy, and the person, Prakriti, Purusha, Hari, and Ishvara. So this is the first point, and Lord Brahma says this, uses this, Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha, that Ishvara is the primary point of God, of the Supreme Lord, of the Param Tattva. He is the Param Ishvara. There may be so many Ishwaras, but there is only one Parameshwara. So that is Krishna. And not only that, we understand that all others' Ishvara ability is by the grace of Parameshwara. Because everything is resting, Sutri Mani Gana Iva. Everything is resting upon the potency of the Supreme Lord. So that is the first point in understanding the Supreme Person. But in the sloka, Hari Ishwar, Ha means he's approached that Supreme Person through his energy. So this is an important point. We'll get to that later. So then, second point of understanding the absolute truth is Achintya Shakti, that he is possessor of all infinite Shakti, Hari. He is Shaktimam, and he is the source of all energy. So this is how the Vedas teach us that there's a Supreme Person, and then there's a Supreme Person is energy. Hare, Radha Krishna, Lakshmi Narayan, and we see this. So these Shaktis, they are unlimited in depth and unlimited in variety. So, but they're divided into 3. One is the spiritual energy, Chit Shakti. The other is the Achit Shakti, the Maya Shakti, the material energy, and then the Jiva Shakti. but they are manifest in unlimited variety, in depth and in number. So this is second point for understanding Parameshwara. He is the supreme controller, and his energies, his abilities, his manifestations are unlimited in depth, in power, and unlimited in variety. For instance, the jivas, we're unlimited in variety. So then the third point of understanding Parameshwara is Rasavai Saha. He is the embodiment of rasa. What is rasa? Rasa means mellow taste. For example, we may look at a sunset. Oh, it's very beautiful. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, so on and so forth. Look at the clouds, the reflection, it's beautiful. So now, if you look at it from a scientific point of view, it's just refraction of energy through the atmosphere, causing colors. But that doesn't explain our reaction. When we see that sunset, we think, oh, it's beautiful, it's inspiring. I want to write poetry about the beauty of the creation. So that is rasa. So not only does the Supreme Lord have unlimited Shakti, but those Shaktis are imbued with rasa, taste. So the universe is not just energy, but it is tasteful energy. It is tasty energy, rasa. So, spiritual world, bhakti rasamrita sindhu. The spiritual world is an ocean of rasa. 5 primary rasas, right? Sthayi bhavs, shanta, dasya, sakya, vatsalya, madhurya. Then 7 secondary rasas: laughter, astonishment, chivalry, compassion, anger, dread, ghastliness, abhuta. So they all interact with the sthayi bhav of the soul. And they are stimulated, Rupa Goswami gives 33, sanchari bhavs or vaibhavs. They're stimulating ecstasies. So that's the rasa. That is the Supreme Lord. He is unlimited in Shakti, unlimited in power, and rasa is full of tasteful enjoyment, taste. Just like we listen to good music, it touches the heart. Oh, it moves me, the music. So that is rasa. You're listening to a vibration, but you're also reacting to the rasa of the vibration. So this is important to understand. The Supreme Lord is full of rasa, rasavai saha. Namani Chintamani Krishnas Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. So this is very important, because we have to get the higher rasa. We have to attune to the higher rasa if we want to give up the lower rasa. This is a very scientific point. You must know how to get the rasa. And that is by loving it in relationship to Krishna. So then the next 3 points. So now we have 4 of our dasmula. 1, Veda Pramana, Hare Ishwara, Sarva Shakti, Rasavai Saha. So the next 3 are to do with the Jiva Shakti. First one is Jiva Shakti. Mama Vamsa Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. The Jiva, the individual Vibhinangsa, is part and parcel of the Supreme. He's separated. He's given free will, desire to independently choose his course. So that is Jiva. So that is the first point, the discussion of the nature of Jiva. We have to go a little faster. Number 2 point on the Jiva is the Jiva is found in bound condition. That means if he focuses in ignorance of the Supreme Lord on the material energy and tries to control and enjoy, he becomes bound by karma. So that is number 6 on the points. How the jiva is bound. And then number 7 is the third one of the jiva, is the jiva in liberated condition. Muktivad. That's the 4th part of the Vedanta Sutra, the Mukti Kanda. The condition of liberation. How is the jiva beyond the material energy? So this has to be there. That inspiration has to be there. First we identify Angsa, I am part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Mama Vangsa, I am part of Krishna's family. So if the living entity battered in the material world understands that I am part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, then all depression goes. Because I am part of Krishna. He identifies with Krishna. I am the absolute truth, in part. I am a manifestation of, I'm not some little man or little girl or old person or fool. I am actually part and parcel of, but this is not false pride, this is proper identity. So we should identify as Krishna. So this is first point of the Jiva Tattva. Then he loses that, he comes bound, and when he regains that, he becomes liberated. When he identifies with the Supreme Lord. Gopi Bhata Kamalayo Dasa Dasan. So that is the third point of the Jiva. And then the next point of the Dashmula is Achintya Bhed Abhed. That the correct understanding of the whole creation, material and spiritual, is that everything is non-different from the Supreme Lord. And yet the Supreme Lord is separate as the source. Achintya Bhed Abhed. The Supreme Lord is present everywhere, yet his abode is Goloka. He is resident in Goloka, yet he manifests in the material sphere. He performs elements. And so everything in terms of energy, whether it's Jiva Shakti, Chit Shakti, Achit Shakti, it's all non-different from Krishna. So that is Achintya Bhed Abhed. And that can be applied to every circumstance and every analysis. And through understanding that, you can understand the material world. So that is Achintya. Then the 9th of the Dasmula is Bhaktya. By bhakti, one attains the Supreme. This is the number 9. By bhakti, one attains the Supreme Lord, and one's relationship with the Supreme Lord in the liberated condition, muktir hitavan yata rupan swarupena avavashtati. That liberation means to be situated in your spiritual form in relationship to the Supreme Lord. So that is attained by bhakti. Bhakti has 2 divisions, sadhana and siddha bhakti. Sadhana means vaidhi bhakti, rag bhakti, and then bhava bhakti means bhava bhakti and prem bhakti. So one should learn the art of bhakti at the lotus feet of a spiritual master, how to progress along that path, from rules and regulations to attraction, to ecstasy, to Krishna prem. That is number 9. And then number 10 of the Dashmula is prem prayojana. That this bhakti path is to take us where? It is to take us to prem. We start with the Supreme Personality of Godhead and we end with prem to the Supreme Lord. Jivara Swarup Krishna prem. That this is the final beatitude. And bhakti is non-different from prem. It is not that the practice of bhakti, which we just explained, bhava bhakti and rag bhakti, that is non-different. Only bhakti can give bhakti. This is a philosophical point that's discussed in the Shastra, that it's not that we're practicing something to get bhakti, but we're practicing bhakti to improve bhakti. Devotion is non-different from prem. It's in the nascent form. So that is prem prayojan, that is number 10. So if one is absorbed, I'm sure you're all very brilliant people, you can remember all those 10 now. If you contemplate these and you research, go through the Shastra and read the Shastra and notice them here and there, then you will be able to give up the material world very easily. Because material world is only attractive to the fools and the ignorant. So what's number 1? Veda Pramana. Very good. Who said that? Good. I don't wish to patronize. Yes, Veda Pramana. Pramana means proof, yes. So the others are prameya, 9 prameyas, that which is to be proved. And so the next 3 are to do with, yes, the Supreme Lord. So what's the first one? Huh? Yes, Ishvara. He is Hare Ishvara. He is Ishvara. Second point is, huh? Yes, he has unlimited energy. But is the energy just impersonal energy or just like factual, scientific? No, it's full of rasa, yes. So we have Veda Pramana, now we have Ishvara, now we have Achincha Shakti, and now we have Rasa Vaisaha. And then the next 3 are to do with Jiva, Jiva Tattva. And what's the first one? Yes, he's non-different from the Supreme Lord, right? He's Angsa, Jiva Angsa. We are all, people want to see incarnations, but actually every living entity is an incarnation. Every is an avatar. Every living being is an expansion of Krishna. When you're on the bus, you're sitting next to an expansion of Krishna. So, Mama Angsa, the Jiva. So this is very important, very important. Don't identify with the body. Identify, I am part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. And everybody else is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. So that is Jiva Tattva. And then he's found in 2 conditions. Huh? He's found in the material condition, right? How does he get there? What's the basic maintenance? How does he maintain himself? He's trying to control and enjoy. And then the next one, liberated condition. He tries to serve Krishna, ahoitikiya pratiyata, without selfish motivation, unbroken apratiyata. Savepam samparobhara. He just, out of prem, he wants to serve his beloved Lord and beloved Lord's devotees. So that is liberated condition. And then number 4, the philosophy of the whole universe. Number 8, Achintya Veda Ved, yes. All the energy is non-different from Krishna. Yet Krishna has his separate identity and so many discussions. And then number 9, Bhakti Amam, Abhideya. The means of attaining Krishna is through bhakti. And it's basically divided into Rag Bhakti and Bhava Bhakti. And then the ultimate goal, Prayojan, Prem, yes. So just like we said at the beginning of class, we should study the residents of Vrindavan. This is the wonderful thing about the Bhagavatam. we read, yes, about Brigu and Lord Shiva and the gopis and Mother Yashoda, but we should try to understand their consciousness. We should absorb their consciousness, and that will awaken our pure bhakti. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, any quick question?
Thank you. It is a well-organized and informative class, and is good retention for an old man to be able to, step by step, and also engaging everyone, I think, is one of your better classes. Very good.
Who's an old man? I don't identify in that way.
I see a few grays.
I'm only kidding you.
I know. That was good.
Yeah, we have to identify with spirit. Right? We have to.
I see an old soul.
Yeah. But this is all the grace of Prabhupada and the great acharyas and the grace of your association. By Krishna, he's eager, Lord Chaitanya wants this spiritual knowledge to be distributed. So when we gather together, Krishna blesses the assembly with realization of the absolute truth. And that's ultimately the perfection of bhakti. We rely on the mercy of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. All right. Thank you all very much. And next class, I'll be younger.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,